Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jason here, bringing you a fun video. We are going to do a modification on the cold steel G.I. Tanto. Now, I have already modified this now or before, and I'm going to modify it again. To be honest with you, I don't use the knife too much. I haven't used it in a while. I haven't been camping in a while, but, just for fun, we're going to screw with this. So I'm going to show you a picture real quick on the internet, what this G.I. Tanto looks like. Now there's the knife and here's the sheath. I modified that. I'm gonna pull up on the internet what this knife actually looks like, brand new when you get it. Okay, now you guys can see what it looks like brand new. As you can see, I've done a modification to the sheath. I used to do leather work, so I made this back dangler portion where this can clip on and snap onto your belt, and it'll dangle, and then you can tie a paracord and wrap it to your leg if you want. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be using this when this is done, and I'll tell you why in a second. So as you can see, I've done a lot of chopping with this just for fun. I'm not gonna, it doesn't hold the best edge in the world. You do have to resharpen it here and there, but I did texture the scales and I put paracord on it, and it really gives it a nice handle. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take off this paracord, take off the scales. I'm actually gonna grind down this portion of the hilt right here, because a lot of times you want to hold a knife like this and get some real good grip on it, and this just kind of gets in the way. There's really no need for it. I have the bottom one, so we're going to get rid of this. Then once we get rid of this little hilt part, I'm going to spray this whole thing down with brake cleaner, take it to my wire wheel on my bench grinder, and take off all the black coating. We're going to get this down to bare steel, probably give it a satin finish. And then, if everything works out according to plan, I also have some really nice epoxy scales right here, which I'm going to put these on. Now, it's been a while since I looked because this has paracord, but I believe there are some screws in here. I forget what they call them that you can basically bolt the scales on. And I'm going to try to reuse them on here. I don't have any glue right now, so I think this thing had the screws in it to screw on the scales, which hopefully I'm going to try to reuse. So we're going to take this paracord off right now and see if we can do that. Okay, we removed the paracord. Now you can see the jimping that I did on the handle, which gave it a lot more grip. This does have the screws. I believe those are Allen wrench. I think they call them Chicago screws because you screw on both sides. But this does have that. So I should be able to use these scales without gluing them on, or try to drill the holes and use these same screws, so they'll be removable. And yeah, those are the things we're going to do. So we're going to remove this hilt, we're going to take the black coating off, and then we're going to try to get these scales to fit. Alright guys, here is the G.I Tanto. I ground down that one hilt right there. So you can use your thumb. It's pretty shiny. I tried using a can of paint stripper and all of a sudden it stopped working. I tried using oven cleaner. This took me about 30 minutes to get all this off with the wire wheel. And I had to use brake cleaner and WD-40. I did not grind all this black off because you won't see it with the handle on. Now the one thing I was worried about that I said in the beginning of this video is once I grind this off, is this going to fit in the sheath? Oh, looks like it's fine. A little loose. There's a bunch of stuff in there scratching out the blade. I may just make a leather sheath for this. But, okay, we're going to go make some scales for this, and then we'll clean up this blade a little bit more, and we'll have to obviously redo the cutting edge on here because the wire wheel really dulled it. So let's go make some scales for this. Okay guys, there she is, all done. If you can see here, I'll show you. I think it looks a little bit better on this side. I have totally messed up the grind lines. You can see the natural one was right there. Actually, let me flip this over. There. So when I ground all the paint off with the wire wheel, I really screwed up the edge. So I had to put a whole new edge on. And I did mess up this edge and ended up going back too far. As you can see, this clearly does not line up. However, it is still sharp as hell. I can cut paper with it. Anyway, it's okay, I screwed up the grind. It's really sharp. I did use some brass polish when I was completely done to try to shine up the blade a little bit more. Scales look good. They're not perfect. It definitely needs a little bit more contour on it. I think I may modify this more even later. It needs some jimping on the handle to give it some more grip. And I'll make a different sheath. The scales are really squared off and they don't fit right there very well, so I could sand them some more, but I don't know, I kind of like the way it is. I definitely like it without that hilt off. You can definitely, you can bring your hand up even this far and really have more control, but I like taking that hilt off. I think that came out pretty cool. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.